also wanted to apologize to anybody I ever hurt due to, you're so mean, you're so mean. Hey guys, it's Denise. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing something different. I'm going to have a story time while doing my makeup and discussing the death of my mom. So come along with me. I'm going to jump right into the video. Let me know what you think of my makeup. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe because I do want to know you guys' thoughts. I want to know how you guys deal with death. I want to know different avenues that I could take to assist other than Hennessy. Okay, so come along with me and achieve this look. I'm gonna do a really basic face today, but as I'm doing my face, I decided to do a story time. Now I don't know how this is gonna work out because I'm not a pro, so if I end up getting something wet, I don't know how I'm gonna fix it, but that's what we're here for. So in today's video, I am going to be discussing the death of my mom. It was very unexpected, and the effects that it had on me and my son. So it's really unfortunate. I'm gonna just go ahead and get started. I'm taking these braids out too, but I'm doing my face because I am going to be getting on Zoom later with a couple of friends and having a drink with someone for her birthday. So I'm going to do a very basic light face, as light as I could possibly do. So I decided to do a story time while I do my makeup. So just bear with me, I also decided to vent to you guys because it's kind of hard talking to friends and family about stuff that they can relate to, but they may not be able to relate to. I've had counselors, I've taken group sessions, but I don't think me or my child has found the right counselor. So I'm gonna just vent to you guys. That was really the reason I started my channel, is because I just needed an outlet, especially during quarantine. I needed something to keep me busy when I wasn't busy. So my son, I thought he was gonna be doing his little videos, but then he wanted to switch to gaming, and I can't help with that. So I decided that I'll just start my own channel, because being in a house like that and you just got time on your hands to think, like, girl, let's just get right into it. So let's start with my first parent. So I lost my dad July 2010. I was like nearly 9 months pregnant, and he came down to help me with closing on my house and supposedly staying until it was time. You know, I knew it was days until I closed, but he decided to, you know, come and visit, and the goal was if I closed, he was going to help with the baby's room, which is Wooge. He's 10 now. And he ended up getting sick. I didn't know he was sick. He ended up having cancer and never leaving the hospital. So he literally passed while I was living in a hotel waiting to close on my condo. And it's the same day, I think it was like July 21st, if I'm not mistaken, 2010. It's literally the same day I closed on my condo. So I don't have a dad either. Fast forward, so my son really never got to meet my dad, but on pictures, and he got like a lot of his characteristics. Like, my dad was a jokester. That's all my son wants to do. And so soon as my son realized that my dad and one of his godmoms was super close, and what he called her, my son instantly started calling her that. So that's cute that they got that bond. But let's fast forward to September 7th, 2016, my life literally changed like in the blink of an eye. Now, you would think that it's easier for an adult to go through death or, you know, deal with it, but I literally still feel like a child, like stuck in a box currently with the sun, and it's just like no way out. So yeah, so September 7th, 2016, what was happening? Wooge went to school, I went to work as usual. My mom called me on the phone, normal conversation. She was going to be making a semi brunch because my mom always have made dinner for breakfast. So she was going to be making steak and potatoes for one of her cousins that was visiting from out of town. So that was the conversation, and just normal morning, everyday small talk like we normally did. And then it was like she used to be so annoyed by work when I used to start clicking at the computer and stuff. So she was like, okay, there go that clicking noise. I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna get up off the phone. So literally an hour later, I'm gonna post because I still have the screenshot that I took of her call and then the incoming call from the place where she lived. So my mama literally called me at 9:46. By 10:45, I was getting a call. They called. They did not call in a panic. So they called saying that they had to take her to the hospital because she had passed out. So I was like, oh, okay. So I'm not thinking nothing wrong, you know. I didn't think I was going to identify a body. That's for sure. I just got off the phone with her not too long ago. So I'm like, how she passed out? But, you know, so I literally stayed at work for probably like nearly an hour, finishing up, emailing my boss, letting her know, hey, they're rushing my mom to the hospital. So I don't know if I'm going to be getting back on today from home or what is going on, so I will just let you know later. So she was like, okay. So I literally finished a couple of things I had to do, sent a few more emails, and then I headed out after I packed up all my stuff to take home and all of that. So we get to the hospital. I get to the hospital. Well, no, we get to the hospital because for some reason I got dropped off that day. And so my boyfriend at the time had to come back and get me and take me to the hospital. So we get to the hospital. My entire family is in the waiting room. Weird, right? I'm like, what are y'all doing here, you know? So everybody just talking and laughing and giggling, and, you know, it's just like no one answered why was everyone there, but it's just a point like, why is all y'all here? Like, the lady didn't seem like it was an emergency like that. That's why it took me so long to come. So we was probably there, probably like, this eyebrow always look way better than this one, and I can never get them to be like siblings. Anyway, so we were there maybe like 30-40 minutes. My sister finally came. She only had 2 kids. Now, both of us coming in the hospital late and the whole family there. It's like, okay, what's going on? So a lady comes out. And when a lady came out, it's like my auntie, like kind of her knees buckled. And she was like, no. And like her knees buckled, and like she kind of like, oh my God, no, I know this can't be happening. So the lady said that she needed to talk to the immediate family in the back. So it's me, my sister, my auntie, and my godmom, we went to the back. And when we got back there, you know, they're older. So my aunt and my godmom was like, I know you're not about to tell us what I think because I know your job. This has always been your job. So my auntie pretty much knew what she was coming out there for. It was just protocol. And, you know, she's done this before. So I'm just looking crazy like, what is her job? What is going on? And then she like, yes, Miss Young, I know, I'm so sorry. And they just got to screaming. And I'm like, wait, what the F a minute? Like, what are you sorry for? I'm so confused right now. And so she was like, baby, your mom didn't make it. And I'm just like, it just still seems like yesterday. That's why I didn't know how I was going to do my makeup. And I really don't want to look at the camera. So please don't judge me. Please don't. I've never done a story time. I've never, like, discussed this. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, how? Where is she? Like, what is going on? So I just left out the room because, like, they were screaming and it was just so much at one time. And then it was like, I'm sorry, I'll be right back. Okay, so sorry. I wanted to wipe my eyes. I wanted to do my makeup because I really didn't want to be crying like that on here. And I thought that I was, like, kind of ready to talk about it. But it still just really seems like a dream. So that was that. I'm still in total shock. Like, on birthdays, she used to be the first person to call me, and I know I'm jumping all over the place, I'm sorry. On birthdays, she used to be the first person to call me every time 12 o'clock hit. She like, I want to be the first person to call you. Happy birthday, baby, I love you, I'll see you later, this, then the other. And it's just like, now, crickets. People try to call, but you know it's not the same. However, so yeah, that was that. So I didn't know how I was gonna, I let Woo stay at school the rest of the day. I didn't know how I was gonna tell him, but of course the entire family was at my aunt's house when he got out of school. So he ran up to me like, Ma, the kids keep saying my granny dead. They keep saying my granny dead. Where my granny? Where my granny? And like, by that time I had been drinking, and I'm just like, I don't know what to say. I just start crying in his face. I'm like, baby, your granny is not coming back. And, you know, I love you. You know, she loved you. And, you know, we're going to get through this together. So he was looking like, what? Where's she at? Because he was just with her the day before. It was like Labor Day. And I went out with my boyfriend at the time. We went for drinks after a picnic that I had just took Wooch to. And he was just with her. I literally made him go with her because he wanted to go with his godmom and god brother. But I made him go with my mom because I don't know. It's just, I made him go. And usually I really wouldn't do that because his godmama never really had a problem with him going with her. So it was just that, I think it was more so that she had been working a picnic all day. So he was just with her the day before, so we all in shock. Like, a lot of people had literally talked to her. It's like she knew. A lot of people had talked to her that morning before, very briefly, like a lot of family members. So it's kind of like she knew, but, you know, it's nothing you can do about it type. So that's the day my mom died. Now let's get to how it really affected me. So I'm not used to living without her, first and foremost. Like, my mom literally did everything. When I say she watched my son, that was the biggest. And like, I'm not the best person to clean up. My mom would come clean, cook, just all of that stuff, you know. And then you do something wrong, people don't really want to tell you. She was like the biggest critic, and you know, I didn't see it at the time. Me and one of my friends had our parents were like that. Then we used to like complain and discuss it all the time and mock them. But now that she's gone, it's like I don't have anyone to do that. So I don't know if I'm doing wrong because no one else is going to tell me like her, you know. So especially like with my parenting and stuff with Wooch, it's just like I don't have anyone to do that. And so, I don't know. It's just, I like when I say my mama was a pro drinker. Like, you wouldn't know she had been drinking unless she drank a whole lot, but she was never like sloppy drunk, or like, she was never like that, because like she was used to it. And I feel like I was like that up until she passed. When she passed, it's just like I didn't get the time to mourn for real, because that was my first time having to plan a funeral, having to do everything you have to do for a funeral. I didn't have to do that for my dad. Hell, I feel like a kid then. Like, it was unbelievable, but you know, we did have time to kind of prepare, especially after the doctors told us there was nothing they can do. And I was his only child, but I didn't have to do that. Like, he had nieces that he raised as his own, so it was like my one cousin, she just took over. So yeah, I had to plan and stuff like that, and it was just like all business. My mom didn't have insurance, so I had to come up with all this money in a week. So I was begging people, going to the store, getting her stuff to wear, getting my son stuff to wear. It was just a lot. And so I really never took the time and just like sat, because every time I think about it, I try to do something to take my mind away from it, or I have a drink or something. If I'm gonna cry, then at least I'll be able to sleep peacefully. So yeah, it's tough. I can't imagine kids who were younger than me. What was I, 30? I was 30. No, I'm sorry, I was 31. And I just can't imagine people younger than that, in their 20s even. Like, yes, they're grown, but you know, you still call mom for this. You still call mom for recipes. You still call mom for advice. You still call. It's just a lot. And definitely can't imagine kids having to go stay with family members after the passing of a parent and things like that. It just really, I just can't imagine, because it just like literally took me for the worst. So it's like I would drink, and I was in a like relationship that was so toxic that it was just like everything was falling down and falling down and falling down. Relationships started like coming to an end, not necessarily an end, but you know, I'm not as close with a lot of people that I used to be with now. I always been kind of me and had a little bit of an attitude, not a little bit, a lot of bit of attitude. So it was just like I was an angry griever, and I had literally zero tolerance for BS. And right now I'm just like literally doing this on my face for nothing, because this is the Fenty, and it don't do what I needed to do. I'm trying to give it a chance again, but it's not working for me. So yeah, I really don't know how to do this story time without being all over the place and trying not to cry. And I know it's healthy to cry, but you know, I don't want to be crying all over the internet, child. I don't want to do that. So this channel was like the outlet I needed, because it was like friends weren't as close as they used to be. Let's go back to 2017. Was it November? I think it was November 2017. It was November, because it was one of my friend's daughter's birthday party, her sweet 16. And so we had a party, but it was just like beautiful seeing 3 generations of women and a girl, of course. You know, they were like having moments that they probably didn't know that they were having, that I realized that they were having. So it was like my little niece, it was her mom, and then it was my friend's mom. And so they were like do things together, even as little as take a picture, helping with this, helping with that. And I was just looking, and it was like bringing a tear to my eye, because I'm like, I would never have that, or my son will never have that, or it was just bringing a tear to my eye. So I was just like smiling, but it was a tear to my eye at the same time. And it just be little stuff like that that it just like, oh my God, this is real. So I ended up going to a bar by myself after I dropped my godson off. And I went to a bar by myself. Yeah, I was drinking so much. Like I wasn't driving, like I wasn't at a bar. And so me and the dude, like, we stayed arguing and on bad terms over just nothing. Like, life's so short. Like, how are we even here? So he ended up coming down there, and I was trying to get away from him because like every time he came or every time he was around, it was so negative. So I literally ran out the door, and he was chasing me. And so I ran out the door. I hurried up and got to my car, and I locked the doors. So I remember him chasing me, but I did tell my friend, she had to work. So she was like, if you don't call me in an hour, then I'm coming to look for you. So I'm like, okay, I'll call you soon as, I get home, or I call you in an hour. But I end up having to run out the place and run from him. And so he was chasing me. And then I don't know where he went because people just steady calling my phone. I didn't know whether it was her, but I thought it was him. So at first I wasn't worried about it, but I'm like, oh my God, she said that she was going to call me in an hour. So I tried to hurry up and get to my phone. And I ended up, y'all, flying off the highway. Literally flying off the highway and having an accident. Thank God I didn't hit nobody. I didn't hit nothing like that. But when I flew off the highway, I'm gonna insert pictures of my car. My car ended up like, it just like flew off the highway like on a movie, and then it just stopped, and then it like dropped. Now the whole time I was flying off the highway, I just started praying because I'm like, oh my God, please, Lord, like, my son don't got nobody else. He don't have nobody else. Like, this cannot be it. Like, it can't be it. So my car dropped, and it was just like hitting the ground so hard, but flipping at the same time. So it was like hit, flip, hit, but it was going down a hill. So I just knew that I was over with. And so the whole time it was like my phone just kept ringing. I couldn't get to it. I couldn't find it. Like, I could not find my phone. It was in this big purse that I had, but I could not find it for anything. And so when I stopped, I ended up like touching myself, jumping out the car because my car was smoking so bad. Then when I got out the car, I just was touching myself, but I thought it was a dream, or I thought that maybe my body was still in the car because it was like that bad. So when I touched myself and realized that I was possibly alive, because honestly I don't know how the stuff works, but I'm like, I cannot have, when I looked at my car, I just like and touched myself, and I just started crying because, like, let me show you guys pictures of my car. So this is literally in the city that I grew up in. But yeah, so after that, I had to like crawl to the top because I didn't know whether my car was going to blow up or not. I had to crawl to the top of the hill on the highway. I was like trying to flag people down, but it was literally like 2 o'clock in the morning. So nobody was trying to stop. They didn't know what was going on, So I couldn't blame them. So no one would stop on the highway. And I had to roll back down the hill and try my best to like hurry up and find my phone. So when I hurried up and found my phone, it was ringing still, and it was the boyfriend. And I had told him what had just happened and where I was. But I honestly think that he was probably, still following me, and I was speeding like that trying to get away. But I end up calling my friend and let her know. And when I say this girl comes so fast, she came so fast, y'all. It was just like I hung up the phone and her butt was there. And so um it was just like I thought that would be it, for like I gotta find a different way to suppress what I'm feeling, or I don't even know what I'm feeling at this point, because honestly I'm still kind of in disbelief. But the point that you just can't talk to him again, that's the real, like, what in the heck? So but it didn't, like, I still, but when I'm out with friends and family and I have a good time, then I try not to think about it. I do sometimes, but I still, like, I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna drink what I want when I want. So yeah, my relationship with people has, like, you realize people can't go to the next level with you, that you possibly just, that been there with you. You just realize little things like that, which is sad. You kind of feel alone. Like, I don't have any parents, I don't have any grandparents. It's like my aunts and uncles, it was like they were passing every year, and there was so many of them, and it's just like, it's not that many of them. Like, I'm so tired of death, and they're all getting older, and it just like feels like I don't have anyone, you know, but my son. So I just really try to enjoy life. I just hate that we have to expire. I mean, who don't, you know? But I literally feel like a kid. I feel like a kid, because it's just like, you don't have nobody. You don't have anyone to critique anything you're doing, especially my parenting. Like, I just feel like I've been the worst. He had to grow up. Rouge was 6 when that happened. And so from that point on, I started living like it could possibly be your last, like your last day. So he couldn't literally drop a pencil on the floor without getting scolded, because it's just like, okay, if you go to school and something happens to me, I'm all you got. So you're gonna have to live with a family member, and I don't want you to be in their way or feel like you are a burden to them. So I want you to be able to cook foods in the microwave. I want you to be able to earn. I want you to be able to wash yourself up. I want you to be able to, you know, be neat, be invisible in somebody's home. Like, he literally had to get it together, because it was like I was preparing for death. Like, he was only 6. So he have always thought he was a teenager since, because of that, which is crazy. But yeah, so it's like I don't have anyone to tell me, like, girl, chill, or hey, I thought I had a little water, or, you know, tell me you doing this wrong, or you doing that wrong, or just anything that a parent or a mom would tell you. And it's just been extremely tough, like really, really tough. My only sister moved to Vegas a couple months ago, so it's like I don't even have her anymore. And quarantine kind of like, my friends that still live where I live, they are kind of doing their own thing, and you know, we really been quarantining. I haven't lately, but so, you know how you just feel alone, and whew, it's just tough, y'all. It's tough. And I really want to find a counselor, and nothing against white people. I'm not racist or anything like that. Like, I have to talk to white people every day, but the counselors that I did find were white people, and which is nothing against them. However, I just feel like they don't know our struggles to an extent, so it's only so much they can try to assist with, that really wasn't helping me. And then I don't know where to start in these sessions. Like, girl, I don't know where to start. Like, help me, which is weird, but it's like I got so much bottled in that I need to get out, that I want to talk to my mom about, and you just can't, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, I know I'm not the only person that be wondering, like, I wonder what she is doing right now, you know, like, what could she possibly be doing in the afterlife, or whatever you call it. So I really wanted to get that off of my chest, because, like, the shit really does change you. You really change, like, and I'm watching one of my line sisters go through it now. She lost a dad. And it's like, it's easy for her to, you know, me to say, like, baby, you still got a parent, but you still can't take away how they feel, because it's just like, life will never be the same. You'll never see that person again. You'll never talk to that person again. So who am I, or anyone else for that matter, to tell someone how to feel? But it's like, I be thinking people so blessed, and it's like little shit makes me sad and need to be busy. Like, oh, what you doing, girl? Nothing. About to go over my mama house. We about to go to Sam's together. Or she cooked. You hungry? And you know, nah, I'm okay, because it makes me a little sad. And it's not that I'm like jealous or anything, but I never understood why I had to be the one to always go through like death. Like, I've been going to funerals with my granny, because my granny was older, since I was like 6. So it's just like, the people closest to me, it's just like they always die. And like, why? Like, why do I have to be the person? Why did I have to be the person without no parents, no grandparents? And it's like, I'm just stuck in a quicksand that I cannot get out of. I done always, you know, done some stuff right, and I done made a whole lot of mistakes in life as well. But yeah, I have a friend that she lost her mom at a really, really young age. So she kind of get it. And it's like, I had a couple friends to lose parents, like, where the moms right before me. So I don't know. Any suggestions? Like, I really need a good counselor for real. But as far as right now, I really wanted to get that off my chest. I know for sure I was all over the place. I don't be knowing where to start, what to say, how to really get it off my chest. But I really do feel like I haven't had the proper mourning process. And don't blame me. I always been mean, but I always have good intentions. I have a good heart. Always have. But life is just tough. And it's like, I'm more than halfway to 70 years old. You don't get that much time to do what you came to do. So my son always like, Mom, why I gotta do this? Mom, why I gotta do that? Baby, you don't have that much time. I still feel like a kid who lost their parents, although I'm closer to 70, you know? So you really don't have that much time to get it right before your time is up. But I'm guessing you just gotta have the right people around, the right people in your corner, understanding. Because if not, you really, really, really gonna be messed up. And I do feel like I have a whole lot to work on, like a lot. And I never been the one to like deny anything that I'm going through. Like I don't hide stuff like that, because I definitely feel like people can use things and take them as experience. But it's like losing a parent, baby, that ain't no joke. I thought the worst day was losing my granny, because I lived with my granny on Thanksgiving in 96. I was probably like 13. But baby, when you lose your mama, now my daddy, you know, that stuck with me. But your mama, that hit different. I can't even lie. So cherish your people while they here. Like, give them their flowers while they here. Like, seriously, give them their flowers. Have them a surprise party, so you won't be the person throwing all these memory parties when they gone and can't celebrate it with you or any more of their loved ones, for that matter. Like, give them their flowers while they here. Tell people you love them. Forgive easily, especially when you want God to forgive you. Okay. But I did better than I thought. Don't judge me. I don't really want no sympathy, none of that. I needed to get that off, because it's just tough. And I hate to see people going through it. And now, like, when you lose a parent, like, I was literally scared of death to an extent. Not really scared. I'm not going to say scared, but like, shit, yes, I am scared. Like, spirits and all that, just thinking about it, like, it make my skin crawl. But when you lose a mom, I'm not even over exaggerating when I say it became like a rite of passage. It's like you live to die. And I hate thinking like that. I really do. But I can't change it. It's like I try, I pray. And it's sticking with me just like that. It's just like a rite of passage. So when someone loses a parent or someone loses someone close, I sympathize with them. But I still look at it like it's a rite of passage. Like, we all gotta go. It's our last rite of passage, unfortunately. So I know I've been rumbling. Just say a quick prayer for me. When you praying for your people, say one for me. Because when I say I need it, I definitely need it. Let me know. I really don't want to turn the comments on for this. But I want you guys to give me ways that you deal with tough situations or death, because with people that you're like very, very close to. Because I'm just an overthinker, I always have been. And it's like, even when I do something as little as getting in the tub, I'm overthinking. I don't want to do that. Like, not saying that it's not okay to overthink and think about what's next and all of that, but like, I don't know why I do not like facing the negative reality. That's tough. I do it, and I probably do it gracefully, but I don't like doing it. I don't think any of us do. So just send a quick prayer for me. Let me know what you guys do to get through it. Because people will always say that it's going to get better with time. It don't get better with time. It don't get better with time. I don't know why people say that. What happens is you learn how to live without people, because you are simply given no choice. So that's the only thing I will say. But other than that, this shit is tough. It's really tough. And with all the other killings and stuff going on in the world, like, why? How? When we dying every day anyway. Like, come on. So I'm finishing up. I'm not that good at talking and doing something like this. I should have did something else, because first of all, it was really, really hard holding that stuff in. It's just hard for you to really, really, really. This girl taught me a way to get those creases. I don't feel like doing it today, but I'm definitely gonna give it a try. But it's literally more so getting it off your chest. I don't want to be on the internet just crying like that, you know? Because like I said, it's a rite of passage. It is what it is. It's really nothing that I could change about who here, who not here. It's just tough, y'all. It's tough. So, if you was here to be nosy, be nosy. But if you was also here just, you know, give your people their flowers while they here. Forgive while they here. Don't let them die off and you still mad. For what? Then you gonna have a lot of regrets. Like, girl, dude, get over it. For real. Life too short to deal with mess. Seriously. And all the sins you do while you here, you expect God to forgive you, right? So, I'm gonna finish my makeup up. I want you guys to let me know what you think. Like, if you have questions about any of the products that I'm using, just ask in the comments. Remember, I'm an amateur. And we all here learning together. And guess what I forgot to do, y'all? I did not put on no primer first. So, I hope my stuff come out right. Did I touch on everything I needed to touch on? Let me know. Ask me questions. I tried doing meditation, and I don't know if I was doing it right or wrong, because I don't think I still was overthinking. I was trying to release my thoughts in yoga, and it's just like I think too hard and my mind is always racing. So let me know some ways that you think will help. And like I say, that was 2016. I know it's not a time frame for when people are mourning, but, and I'm not saying I should be over it by 4, but the stuff be sometimes seeming like it just happened yesterday. Like thinking about that lady and how she came to tell us, and my aunts already knew. When I say that replays in my head a lot, and when we view her body, I had friends to go get her together for the funeral for me. They did amazing, by the way. I can't believe they were that strong to do that. But they went and got her together. I still got a picture of her hand with her nails done. And my friend did. Like, I got some good friends. My friend that did her hair She used to do her hair while she was alive too. She was like, girl, can I please just buy what she's wearing? I'm like, no. You have to do this. And she did, baby. I love my friends. But I can be a little mean at times. So just find me a husband. That way, he got to deal with it, you know? But tell me in the comments what you think about my makeup. Also tell me any suggestions. Remember, we are not here to judge. So, I know eventually I'll be okay. And every day I say the same thing. I sage my house, all of that. Because I'm just, negative energy, it can't stick with me. Like, negative energy, negative people. At this point, girl, it is what it is. So this all we are gonna go with. Y'all help me do that. How did I do? I spray setting spray all day. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed my story time. It really wasn't nothing to enjoy, but you get what I'm saying. So let me know what you think of my makeup that I did along with you guys. Hands were shaking the whole time. I was nervous telling y'all, and I just know I was all over the place. And when I am nervous, I tend to mumble and talk about irrelevant stuff, or I have a tendency of not getting right to the point. So let me know what you guys think. Ask questions. I am here to answer them. I just need to get that off my chest. Get into this look. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Like, I know we got somebody out there who is possibly going through the same thing or similar. So yeah, we getting through this. We can get through this. We don't have a choice, honestly, but we gonna get through it. That's makeup. Learning how to do my makeup in this channel has definitely helped me to cope. I will say that. So let me know what you guys think, and thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye.